listeners, and welcome to episode 101 of the Nigeria Football Weekly podcast with me, your host, Olu. And today, I'll be doing a quick touch-up on what happened when the Super Eagles got to Libya. As we all know, the game did not take place anymore. And of course, club football returns over the weekend, so excited for that to return. So I'll just be giving a quick roundup on what to watch in terms of our players playing in the league all over Europe and in some parts of Africa. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So what happened on Sunday night? The Super Eagles of Nigeria were flying into Benghazi, which is where I'm pretty sure Benghazi is the capital of Libya, where they were initially scheduled to land. And about 2 hours before their aircraft landed, the Libyan authorities told the Tunisian pilot that he needs to land in a different place in Al Abrak, which is 3 hours away from the stadium. Now, this airport that they had to land in is barely in use. There was no other plane there. There was nothing for the players in terms. Everything was slow in terms of checking out. The team was told that there was a bus coming to pick them up, and they waited for hours. When I say hours, I mean like over 15 hours initially. Like when Chustekong put his initial tweet up, that was already like 13 hours of the ordeal. NFF tried to make their own arrangements. There was no food, no water, and no internet connection. Now, we all know that there's issues that happen in Africa, but to this level, I'm not sure we don't see this one before, man. Like, I don't know what the hell Libya were thinking. Like, yeah, Libya, it's not as if you're like even Algeria or Morocco or Tunisia or Egypt or one of the better North African teams. Like, Libya, who's Libya? Like, no offense to them. I think because we beat them 1-0, they thought that, okay, small yash will now shake small. But what the hell, man? And what an embarrassment. You know, we run this podcast trying to get respect for the Nigerian national team and African football all the time. But it's funny the kind of stories that go viral. Obviously, when we beat Sao Tome 10-0, that one went viral as well. But I'm telling you, every single news outlet picked this up. Even CNN, Sky Sports, they were talking about Nigeria football. Podcasts I listened to that never mentioned Nigeria, they were talking about what happened in this Libya situation. So next thing you know, essentially, the players decided that they're not going to play the game because what the hell's going on here? Like, literally, it looked like they were in a Call of Duty, like, Warzone, like, patch. Like, it was that bad, I'm telling you. It took AFCON had to call for the help of the Nigerian government, and the Nigerian government was then able to make arrangements to allow the aircraft to be refueled, and then they were then able to leave back to go to Nigeria to go to Kano. So the total delay for the Super Eagles players was 20 hours. Can you imagine how their clubs felt? Later, if we complain that they don't want to release their players for the internationals, we'll say, okay, they're being harsh. But what the hell do you mean, like, players had to go through this kind of ordeal? Like, honestly, just shocking in all aspects. But anyway, the good thing is CAF decided that they'll postpone the game, so the Libyans could not try any, like, play about the game anyway. And ultimately, we'll wait for CAF to give a verdict. I've heard some rumors we may hear something next week, but it may take a bit longer. As Ekong said, if they like, they should actually be at the 3 points. We're still top of the group, so no problem. We will definitely be in Morocco, unlike our brothers in Ghana, unfortunately, man. Sorry to Ghana and sorry to Kudus, man, honestly. We like to banter our biggest rivals, but I didn't even expect Ghana to do as shocking as they are, so it's very, very likely Ghana will not go to AFCON. But anyway, where does that leave Nigeria in the group? We've still played our 3 games. We have 2 wins and 1 draw, so we have 7 points. Benin and Rwanda. Rwanda ended up beating Benin 2-1 in the 4th game that they both played. So Benin have 6 points and Rwanda have 5 points. That was a big, big win for Rwanda because if Benin had won that game, Benin would have had 9 points and Rwanda would have had 2. And that would have pretty much guaranteed Benin qualification for AFCON. But you see how important these results are. By Rwanda then winning the game, now Benin have 6 points and Rwanda have 5 points. And unfortunately for Benin, their next game in November is at home against Nigeria. So it looks like all of a sudden we may see a situation where if Rwanda beat Libya, Rwanda go to 2nd place. And if Nigeria beat Benin Republic, we will qualify as first and qualify straight to AFCON. So a lot of things to monitor and intriguing results here and there. But watch out, and we'll talk about Nigeria football. I mean, Super Eagles again in November when we have yet another international break. Now, moving on to club football. I mean, very, very excited. You see me in my Arsenal top. I'm ready for Arsenal to get back to winning ways. But in terms of Nigerian footballers, as you know, the Fulham boys who are currently riding the highest of all the Nigerian contingents in the Prem. Fulham are in 8th place, and next up on Saturday, they play Aston Villa at home. That's going to be a tough game, but a 3 p.m. kickoff. So Alex Iwobi and Calvin Bassey should start those games. All I know will also start for Nottingham Forest, who find themselves in 10th. They play Crystal Palace at home on Monday Night Football, so that should be quite a good game. Well, hopefully, Taiwo when he can get some minutes off the bench, but we know it's not necessarily likely. As for Wilfred Ndidi's Leicester won their first game just before the international break. They're in 15th place, but we know Ndidi is currently second in terms of assists in the Prem, and he also has the most tackles made or interceptions made, one of the two. So it's safe to say that Ndidi is getting back to the Ndidi of the old in the Prem. So me personally, I'm delighted. He'll be in action away at Southampton, so he'll be playing Jaribo Southampton, so that should be a good game. But that is most definitely a 3 p.m. kickoff game, 100%. What other games do we have to look forward to in terms of the Premier League? In the early kickoff, we will see, I believe it's Spurs versus West Ham. So Tottenham hosts West Ham in the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. And then 3 p.m. kickoffs, we'll see Ipswich host Everton, Manchester United host Brentford. If they lose that game, I think it's curtains for Ten Hag. Newcastle hosts Brighton, another 3 p.m. kickoff. And then in the late kickoff on Saturday, Arsenal go away to Bournemouth. So that should be quite an interesting game. Bournemouth, they're beginning to play well, but if you're trying to win the league, Arsenal, we have to be winning the league. And then on Sunday, we'll see Man City go away to Wolverhampton. I fully expect Man City to win this game, to be honest, but you just never know. And then the big one for the weekend, 4:30 p.m., Liverpool host Chelsea at Anfield, so that should be one hell of a cracking game. Just to remind you of the table, Liverpool currently first with 18 points from their first 7 games. Man City and Arsenal are tied second and third with 17 points. We also have the same goal difference of +9. And then Chelsea are 4th at the moment with the better goal difference than Aston Villa, who are 5th. Brighton, Newcastle, and Fulham then round up the top 8. Tottenham are in 9th, Nottingham Forest in 10th. And I have to give a shout out to Manchester United in 14th place in the Premier League. Moving on to the Championship, we'll see the Championship's top goal scorer Josh Maja and Shemi Ajayi back in action away against Oxford United on Saturday. And then Fisayo Delibashu's elder brother Tom Delibashu will be in action away against Luton. Speaking of Luton, we'll see Super Eagles, I guess you call him a hero, Victor Moses and Elijah Adebayo in action against Watford. Luton definitely need the points because they've been 21st so far in the league. As for Mohamed Tajani, let's see if he gets back into the good books of Wayne Rooney and is past his injury problems, and if he'll play against Cardiff away on Saturday. While Jamilu Collins, Cardiff, who are bottom of the Championship, are in action against Plymouth at home. In Serie A, we see Ademola Lookman play away against Venezia on Sunday, and then Marco Alcaraz Udinese, who currently flying high in 5th, go away to the San Siro to play AC Milan. So that should be a great game, and let's see if Samuel Chukwueze could also get some minutes in that game at home at the San Siro. So the good thing I like is we also have Fisayo Delibashu going away to Turin to play away against Juventus on Saturday. And as I've always mentioned with Syria, the thing I like is Lookman, who's the most high profile of our players and should win the African Footballer of the Year. Atalanta are 8th. Marca Alcaraz Udinese are 5th. AC Milan are 6th. And Lazio are 4th. So we always have our players playing for the better teams in this league, which is something that I always love. And may it continue, basically. In the Bundesliga, Victor Boniface and Nathan Tellers, Bayer Leverkusen are in action against Eintracht Frankfurt at home on Saturday. That should be a very, very tasty game. Eintracht Frankfurt have started the season very well. They've got the Egyptian striker Omar Mamouche, who's currently the top goal scorer in the Bundesliga and was just named the Bundesliga Player of the Month. So that will be a very, very tasty game for Leverkusen, and let's see how they perform. Kevin Akpogman's Hoffenheim are in action against Bochum at home on Saturday. Hopefully he'll continue to start, and we'll see Frank Onyeka play away against Freiburg on Saturday. In La Liga, the Sevilla boys, Chidera Ejike and Kelechi Iheanacho, go away to play Barcelona. So that's definitely one to watch for sure, and hopefully they could give a very good account of themselves when they go to that match. As for Getafe's Crisantos Uche, he's in action against Villarreal away on Sunday. And then finally in La Liga, Omar Sadiq is in action against Girona away on Saturday. In Ligue 1, Judge Eleni Kena's Monaco, currently in first place, hosts Lille tomorrow, Friday night kickoff. And Falari Balogun is injured, so we should Eleni Kenna start the game for sure, and hopefully he could continue to build on the good form he's shown to start the season. As for Nantes, Moses Simon is in action against Nice at home. And speaking of Nice, Victor Orakpo will be in action for Nice. Let's see if he gets some minutes in that game. Akko Adams Montpellier, they'll be in action against high-flying Marseille at home. So let's see if Akko Adams can continue his good form to start the season. While Lyon are currently in 8th place, so we'll see Gift Urban play against Le Havre away on Sunday. Lens are currently in 6th, so Hamzat Ojediran will be in action against Saint Etienne away on Saturday. And then finally, Gabriel Ocho's Auxerre are in action against Reims at home on Sunday. So that's it in terms of the top 5 leagues. The other leagues, we'll see Bruno Yemachi's Boavista in Portugal play against Varzim away on Sunday in the Portuguese Cup. And then in Belgium, Tolora Kodare's Genk are currently first. So him and Girasol will next be in action against St. Truden at home on Sunday. As for Real Antwerp in second place, Victor Udo will be in action against OH Leuven away on Sunday. And then we'll see Jordan Torrenariga's Ghent, who are currently third in the league, go away to Union Saint-Gilloise away on Saturday. The irony is the best performing team in Belgium, or the current champions, Club Brugge, or Club Brugge, are currently 5th. Rafael Yedika will be in action against Westerlo away on Saturday, and we wish him all the best. In Turkey, superstar Nigerian player Victor Osimhen is back in training after his thigh injury. Let's see if he gets some minutes in their game on Saturday away against Antalya Spur. As for Brighton Sai Samos Fenerbahce, they're currently 4th, but they'll be in action against Samsunspor away on Sunday. Just to round up the Turkish highlights, Trabzonspor's Anthony Nwakeme, his next match against Başakşehir at home on Saturday. Kasımpaşa's Ketan Tomero, who had his birthday recently, will be in action against Alanya Sport away. And then we'll see David Okereke for Gaziantep play away against Kayseri Sport. In Scotland, Cyril Dessers and Leon Balogun will be in action against Kilmarnock away on Sunday. And then in the Czech Republic League, Igor Ogbo is currently injured but expected back soon, while Victor Olatunji will be in action for Sparta Prague as they go at home against Slovan Liberec. In Serbia, Peter Olayinka's Red Star Belgrade will be playing against Radniki Nails at home on Saturday. And then in the PSL in South Africa, I heard Oli Sanders out for the rest of the season, so we wish him a quick recovery. So, Steinwaba Leeds, Chipper United are currently 4th. They will be in action they'll be playing the next game on Wednesday. I'm not sure who they're playing. One thing to also note, I wanted to shout out Ahmed Musa and Kano Pillars for their 4-0 win against Enugu Rangers on Wednesday. I think it was yesterday. I mean, at the end of the day, Ahmed Musa is a Super Eagles legend, even though, I've had my grips about him getting call-ups when he didn't deserve. But for him to be shining the lights to the MPFL is very good to see. And he's playing well. And kind of pillars look like they have all the all-stars with him, Sheu, and obviously the legend, Rabiu Ibrahim. Or is it Rabiu Ali? I'm just pretty sure it's Rabiu. Anyway, shout out to Kano Pillars. Wants to watch tomorrow, make sure you watch Eleni Kenna's Monaco against Lille. On Saturday in the Premier League, we'll see Alex Iwobi's Fulham and Kevin Bassey play against Aston Villa. Jaribo Southampton will be hosting Wilfredo Ndidi's Leicester City. And then in Serie A, we've got a top-of-table clash where AC Milan host Maduka Okoye's Udinese at the San Siro. And then hopefully we'll see Fasayo Delibashu get some quality minutes away for Lazio away against Juventus. On Sunday, Ejuke will definitely start for Sevilla away against Barcelona. But hopefully Iheanacho can also kickstart his season finally. We'll see Moses Simon's Nantes play against Victor Rapco's Nice. And then finally, Akko Adams will be in action for Montpellier against Marseille. And of course, remember our star player Victor Osimhen. Let's see if he gets some minutes away against Antalya Sport on Saturday. In terms of Nigerian news to be aware about, the Nigeria Under-17 women's team kicked off their campaign in the Under-17 World Cup. And we played New Zealand yesterday. Very, very fantastic performance. We beat New Zealand 4-1. To be honest, it was 4-0. And New Zealand scored a consolation. It could have easily been 6 or 7. But shout out to the girls for the great start. And next up for them, they play Ecuador on Saturday, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Ecuador won their first game 2-0 against Dominican Republic. So this should be the toughest test in the group. But the way the team are playing, I think they'll romp and beat everybody. So good luck to the under 17 Nigeria women's team. And that's it for this episode of the podcast. Always happy when club football's back, as much as we love talking about Nigeria and the Super Eagles. So make sure you enjoy the football games that take place over the weekend. I will be sure to bring you a review episode next week covering all the games with Nigerian players involved. So that's it for this episode. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're listening on our YouTube channel. Thanks for all the growth. Half of our best viewed videos have come literally out of our last 10 videos. So please continue to run it up. I'm always open to feedback, but I never get any apart from like weird people replying for bad comprehension skills. Remember, we're Nigeria Football Weekly on all social media channels except on Twitter where we're at NFWPOD. Thanks again for listening. Enjoy the football, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace out. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the bell to get a notification whenever we drop a video. You can also find our social media channels listed below. And of course, up Super Eagles and Nigeria know they ever carry last.